Andrew wanted to do another pickup video with me. So we're going to go through really quick. Not a big pickup today. Just a few items. I went and hit a couple of yard sales. The first few yard sales I struck out on was another bunch of junk. But I hit this one yard sale and actually did pretty good. First, we'll start with not necessarily video game related, but it is the collector's edition of Batman Dark Knight on Blu-ray. It's actually pretty cool. Again, I already had this movie, but not with the cool little bat holder that it's in. Picked it up for $2. Can't really beat that. Another thing I picked up, it was new. I opened it to make sure it was in there, but it's the hands-free microphone for the Animal Crossing City Folk. Very popular. A lot of people who play Animal Crossing still on the regular Wii, they have to have this. There's no voice or anything. They can't use like the Wii U chat pad. So I picked that up also for $2. Then I picked up this. Now this I got at a different yard sale, but it was the only other thing I picked up was Animal Crossing. I was really excited because, as you can tell, it says $2. But of course, when I flipped it open, it was not Animal Crossing. It was the rare GameCube game Weird Al. No, just a CD. But the cases I like to pick up if they're a buck or two. A lot of times I pick up these games and they don't have the instructions, or they don't have the box or whatnot, and I'll make it complete. I already own this game for the GameCube, so sometimes I'll pick up loose ones. So if I do, then I got a box, and when I go to resell it, these sell a lot better, obviously, because I'm one of those people. I'll take a loose game or a loose disc, but I prefer box and instructions, so I can always add that. And then you never know, sometimes I'll run across people who actually just need the box and books to complete their collections, and I give a really good deal on them, so that wasn't a horrible pickup. Then I got this, which I actually haven't went through yet. As you can see, it's a CD holder. I walked up and I saw PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2, Jet Moto. There's ATV Off-Road Fury, which, you know. This one here, Made Man, Confessions of Family Blood. Let's see what else is in here since we got it open. Hitman Contracts for PlayStation 2. Mike Tyson's Heavyweight Boxing. And Big Drop presents Da Bangin' Mixtapes Volume 11. Bootleg CD. Pretty sure that's high quality stuff. NFL Game Day 2001. People will be fighting for that. It's not for sale, guys. Madden 2004. Another one. Not for sale. Too rare. A blank CD. Who knows what's on it? Madden 2002. So, let's see here. War Jets, PlayStation 2. Encore, the bonus CD, which I'm pretty sure that's Eminem. I think it comes, I think it's one of his albums was called Encore. So, Rough Rider presents Styles P's Can You Believe It, featuring Akon. Single CD. I didn't even know they made single CDs. I remember single cassettes, but hey. X-Squad for PlayStation 2. NBA Live 2005. I've never actually played this game on PS2, but I'm pretty sure it's the one I have for the GameCube. 007 Agent Under Fire. Not actually a bad game, if it's the same thing. Dog Time, My Favorite Joints. Again, bootleg CD. Freestyle Metal X. Not really sure what that is, but it looks pretty good, just from the cover. Jet Moto for the PlayStation 1. That's actually one of my favorite games for PlayStation 1. Lil Wayne, The Carter 2. Again, bootlegs go straight to the trash. Some bootleg can't make out. And then last but not least, actually probably a pretty decent find for this whole thing, Resident Evil X Code Veronica. I paid $4, I think, for the entire case. So, can't really go wrong for $4. You know what I mean? So, and this was the find. The gentleman, when I picked up these PlayStation games, he was like, he's like, you don't happen to be into the old gaming stuff, do you? And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. That's actually what I'm looking for. he was like, well, he's like, I was going to put this on Craigslist, and I was holding off on it. And generally, when someone says they're going to put it on Craigslist, that means they're going to overprice it, or at least put it at eBay pricing, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the deals, for my collections and things like that. So when he brought this out, and I saw what he had with it, I was a little worried. And what it was a Super Nintendo. It does have the yellow bottom part, which, as I explained in one of my other videos, doesn't mean that they're a chain smoke or anything. It was just a certain plastic they use from Japan. It's pretty common with Super Nintendos. And what's really weird is you can tell which parts were used from China or Japan, where it came from, and which ones weren't. But like here, like this is just yellow. But sometimes like the entire top will be yellow, but the little pop door won't be yellow, and these won't be yellow, but everything else will be yellow. But again, it has nothing to do with how much somebody smoked. I hear that rumor a lot. That's all about, they chain smoked, they're a chimney smoker, but it's not the case. It's the way the plastic was made. It's a chemical they use in it. I'll put a link up a little later to a YouTube video that explains all of that. It's actually pretty interesting, because one day I was just like, why is these, I know people smoke, don't get me wrong, but it's like, that many people were turning their systems yellow, and why isn't the whole thing turning yellow if it's because they smoked? And then that's when I researched it, and I don't smoke. Oddly enough, I've never smoked a cigarette or anything, but everybody in my family did. So I know what cigarette smoke smells like. So when I first got curious, I'd smell them and be like, oh, okay, well, it don't smell like smoke, but yet it looks like, it belonged in the Marlboro factory. So, but anyway, I picked this up, all the hookups, which are in the box, 2 controllers, looked really good, but the thing that caught my eye was the games. One of my personal favorite games growing up, along with I liked ActRaiser and of course Final Fantasy and all them. But one of my favorite fighting games, besides the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, was Super Street Fighter 2. Again, one of my favorite ones. This one, I think I had the other version where you could do turbo, but still, it's still a great game. You just can't play in the super fast mode. But this is one I actually didn't have in my collection, and it's kind of rare, is Super Punch-Out! This, to me, would make all this worth it as long as the price was right. Like I said, kind of hard to come by title. Again, didn't have it in my collection. So when he showed me all this, again, like I said, he was talking about putting it on Craigslist. I was a little concerned. And he said, I'll tell you what I do. He was like, I'll give you the system, all that other stuff you had, which is the stuff I showed you previously, all those movies, all the games and everything. He said, I'll give you all that for $40. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll take that. So, again, I haven't looked Punch-Out! Up, but I think the last time I had one of these, before I started collecting Super Nintendo games, I think I sold it for like $30, $35, maybe 40. I can't remember. It may not be that rare anymore, but I remember it being kind of rare. So for me, the system alone to me is worth $40. But, you factor in the games and then all these other games I got here, the Batman and all that, and the Wii, the Animal Crossing thing, definitely worth $40. And it's things like this that make me still go out. I know a lot of friends who pick and collect and all that, and they quit doing it. They just go to the flea market and that's it, and they never get deals. But one last thing before we're done, and I just want to show you real quick. Now this I actually picked up just to play around with for decoration, more so probably for Andrew to play with. But it's a Mario Kart Connects building set. And the thing that caught my attention, I thought was pretty cool, was actually this thing. I'm not honestly sure what's all supposed to be here, what's what. I'm not sure. But this came with it. You drop a ball in here. The ball's in the truck because Andrew's playing with it. But the ball goes here, and then you hit this in the back, and he spits out the ball. So what I'm imagining is someone mans the Bowser while you build the track and the little carts and everything right around the track. And then you can just, throw the balls at the cars that come around. But I got it, and the lady said that her kids never put it together, and they were younger, and it seems a little bit advanced for them, but I'm not sure. But it came with this, if you can see how big this tote is, it is slap full. Let me open here. It is slap full of the Connect sets. Yes, this is Mario and Yoshi versus Stone Bowser building set. That is what the original set is. She said also there was extra sets in here, which this is the Connect's Mario versus Goomba building set is in here. So, at least two of those sets, I looked them up online, and just glancing, like this set here, I do believe was one that was like $129 at Toys R Us, and then the other set I didn't actually look up. The cool thing about it is, even if it didn't have all the pieces, you know, I collect figurines and things like that, and I'm pretty sure I could build something kind of cool out of it, even if all the pieces aren't here, but they seem to be. But like things like this I think are really cool. Like, that's a motorized Yoshi cart, you know, and then you have like the little Toad cart, you know, things like that I actually like. And yeah, again, I haven't dug through this. I'm not sure what's all in here. This looks like a Mario and Luigi starting line building set. And it's got like a little thwomp on it. So hopefully when I dig through all of this, I was trying to see if I could find something real quick for y'all. But hopefully when I dig through all this, I'll see some of that stuff in here. Again, you know, I'm pretty sure I can build something with it, even if they don't have all the pieces here. Again, I don't necessarily have to have it functional. I like it just for the display, for the way it looks. And like here is one of the other motorized carts that looks like part of it's, you know, been taken down. I can rebuild it. That's not a big deal. Yeah, I was hoping I could get to something before I started rambling on too much. But here's another little part of the carts. Yeah, again, like I said, we got all of this, including the Bowser, for $20. So, a lot of times people ask me, well, you know, how do you know what you'll pay for something? How do you go on faith? Blah, blah, blah. And what I do is, with things like this, and sometimes people will have a system with games in it, and they don't want you digging through it, or, you know, they don't want you to, like, pick through it. And sometimes I find that rude, too, if the price is right. And so when I saw this, and I saw it was $20, I basically asked myself, you know, just like when I buy storage units, which I haven't done in a while, but it's like, what you can see, what would you pay for? And honestly, I thought this was pretty freaking sweet. And like I said, you drop the ball and you shoot it, but it didn't even matter for that. Just for the pure look of it, I thought it was pretty sweet. And honestly, I'd pay $20 for this, you know. And so when I saw the cart, and then the lady was like, I asked the lady, I was like, well, are the carts there and everything? She's like, well, I think they're in there. And then the first thing she pulls out, you know, was a little Toad cart. And then she pulls out the little Yoshi cart. Even though Yoshi's not on there, he could be in there. Again, I said, would I pay $20 for all that? And yeah, absolutely. Even the Connects pieces, even if it's missing stuff, a lot of times things that I buy may not have everything there or whatnot. Maybe there's somebody out there who has those carts, who needs 10 pieces of track or something. So things like this, I'll put on eBay or put it in local on Facebook pages or whatnot and say, hey, look, guys, you know, it's missing this, or I don't know what's missing, but here, you know, maybe you do, you know, and that's the way it is with a lot of things that I buy, is I buy a lot of things that could be missing stuff. I don't know, you know, just like the Animal Crossing case. I bought it for $2. I'm pretty sure on eBay they're probably going for about $10 without the game in them. Maybe. So worst case scenario, I could always sell it, and make a couple bucks off of it. But again, things like that I'd rather keep. Like I have a stack over here of just empty cases and jewel cases and books and all that stuff for when I do have games I can complete them. But again, with this, even if I just keep the Bowser out of it, I mean, for $20, not only that, you know, Andrew, I'm lucky, he's 5, he's at the age, he's very inquisitive like me. When I was his age, people buy me remote control cars. Instead of me actually racing them and everything, I would take them apart, get the motors out, build fans with the motors, just do little things like that. And he's taken after me on that. He really likes to take things apart, figure out how they work, and things like that. And like Connects, you know, Legos, things like that are classic for that. So worst case scenario, I get a cool looking Bowser that shoots balls. And Andrew gets a bunch of building blocks, if it even goes to that. Like I said, everything could be there, I don't know. But again, like, subscribe, check out our page. I'm sure DRAM will have a message for us as well. Starting next week, he's going through some personal issues. And I would like to ask everyone to continue to pray for him and his family for strength in this time. But beginning next week, me and him are going to do some videos together. We're going to do some gameplay footage. Hopefully by next Saturday, we'll be back to going out picking together again. And I actually picked these up, which are pretty cool. Because people kind of freak out when you come to their yard sales and whatnot, and you've got, you know, a camcorder in your hand. But these are camcorder sunglasses. And honestly, very surprised at the quality. I didn't pay much for them. Got them off eBay. Yeah. Again, didn't expect much. I expected probably about, I don't know, like old, like AOL webcam quality. Like not even 640 by 480. But actually, it's pretty good. I mean, they're really clear. They say HD, and I wouldn't say they're like 1080p. But they're at least probably 720. I mean, they're actually pretty nice. And like I said, I only think I only paid like $20 for them, or maybe less than that. So I didn't expect much, but it was a very nice surprise. So, but all right, YouTubers, I think that's it for today. Angie, you want to come say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Again, like I said, like the page. Check us out later on.
And see our profile on YouTube.